it's Manchester City versus Borussia Mönchengladbach in the Champions League. Should be good. City obviously 2-0 up already on aggregate. City in the driving seat, but today is technically away at City's ground, so you never know. If something crazy happens, then it will happen. I personally don't see it happening. I think City will just win, but you never know. You never know. That's weird. There we go. Sorted and sorted. Okay, and it's obviously 0-0, so we'll just pop that there. Boo! 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 I'm booing the UEFA national anthem if you couldn't tell. Boo! 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 It's half-hearted booing, as you can probably tell. The champions! No, I mean boo! Boo! There we go. Right, we can stop booing now. And it's a lovely empty stadium, the Puskas Arena, I think this one's called, in Budapest. Good, an extremely strong starting lineup for City. Probably City's best back four, I'd say. Good to see Foden starting as well. De Bruyne's going to be playing more in that false 9 role. We've got Aguero and Jesus on the bench. Good to see Aguero getting a goal at the weekend against Fulham. Doesn't matter if it was a penalty because City have not been scoring penalties this season, so really good stuff for City to actually be able to have their top goal scorer and best forward player back. And I think he's going to be a crucial element if City are going to want to continue fighting on all 4 fronts. Hey guys, how you doing? We've got Matthew and we've got Matthew, we've got Michael. How you guys doing? What are you guys' score predictions for tonight? We're starting light blue because City are already winning 2-0 on aggregate. But anything can happen, obviously. I can't really give any analysis for the Gladbach team because I don't really know much about them. I wasn't impressed with any of their players in the first leg. I thought they're all pretty poor, so I can't really give any detail there. You doing? Yeah, man. Yeah, Michael, I'm doing good. I mean, look, I've got cookies. I've got biscuits. I've got quadruple chocolate cookies. So I'm hype. Work was standard. What else happened today? A bit of equipment arrived for me, which should I show it off real quick? It's called a gimbal. Basically, that's the way it is. Basically, the idea is that you put your camera on it and it can pan and do all sort of funky things. So yeah, that's good. We're nearly at 1,700 TikTok followers now, which is amazing. Here we've got some score predictions from you guys. So Michael thinks 2-1 to City. Oh wow, Matthew, that's a bold one, going for 1-1. I mean, this is the weird thing. It's at City's home ground, but it's actually being played in Hungary, so it's pretty irrelevant. Hey Daniel, how you doing, mate? Yeah, man, I'm doing good. How about yourself? As the players just take a knee. They take their customary knee. It's interesting to see different countries do that because I don't think that the French teams do that. I remember when City played Marseille and the players didn't actually take the knee, so it's interesting to see which countries do that. But yeah, are you really good? Excellent. Tell me why you're really good. What's made you feel really good, mate? Give me some good news. Give me some good news. Oh, I've accidentally... Oh, Daniel, thank you so much, mate. Oh, I fucked it royally, guys. Thank you so much. I've fucked it. I've actually fucked it, though. This is why you shouldn't send me anything, because I'm useless. I've actually... There we go. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that, Daniel. Thank you so much. That's our second lots of stars we've ever received, and they both come from you, so thank you so much for that, mate. It's exciting when that happens, because I've never had it happen before. But yeah, Daniel, tell me why you're really good, bro. Yeah, give me some good news. Why is Real Madrid still home if they were home first game? I don't know if they were home first game, were they? I don't know if they were home first game. Let's have a quick look. Real Madrid. Oh. No, they must have been away from home the first one. Where's it being played at? Is it being played at the Bernabeu or is it being played at neutral? I don't actually know. How do I tell? Stadio Di Stefano. Yeah, it looks like it's being played in Madrid's thing. Isn't that right? Is that not correct? I don't know. But yeah, I'm guessing they were playing away. Oh, I fucked it again, boys. I'm so clever. Oh. Sick. Well, they're playing at the Di Stefano Arena then, wherever it's called. I didn't even realise it was under construction. I guess it's a good time to do construction, I guess. Interesting. I didn't even realise that, lol. Oh, Daniel, you're happy because Liverpool won yesterday. That's fair enough. I saw the goal. It was a good goal by Diego Jota. That's just good, wasn't it, Jota? Obviously, really bad injury for Patricio. Hopefully, he's okay. But yeah, yeah, good, solid result for Liverpool. And what have I missed? Sorry, I think I've missed Matthew and Michael saying some wise words, no doubt. Matthew, oh, you can educate me on Gladbach. Excellent. They're quality players. The away goals should count. It does, yeah. I was gonna say what were your thoughts on the North London derby, because we didn't actually stream that. We streamed the United West Ham game just from a top four perspective. It was more interesting, so I didn't actually watch all of the North London derby. I saw Lamella's ridiculous Rabona goal, but then obviously got sent off, so it's pretty irrelevant. So yeah, how happy are you, bruh? Yeah, they're through again. They're beating Olympiacos 3-1, aren't they? I think. So that's a good thing. But Daniel, give me your score predictions for today. Matthew thinks this is going to end 1-1. Michael thinks 2-1 City. I think it's going to be another 2-0 to City, and it'll be 4-0 on aggregate. I don't know if Gladbach are that. Based on the first game, they weren't really threatening, and they were so poor defensively. So I mentioned this in the Discord. I'm amazed how strong this City team is, especially that back four. That's City's strongest back four for me. Oh yeah, Michael, what happened was that Daniel sent a donation, or a tip rather. Didn't have to concede all of them. Oh yeah, it was basically Spurs' first shot on target, wasn't it? 3. Daniel, you better be wrong. I tell you that right now. We're all over them. Nah, mate, to be fair, a Rabona goal. I've seen him do a Rabona goal before, actually. He did it in the Europa League a few seasons ago, and I was staggered at that. City out. Can you imagine? I tell you what, that would be such a City thing to do, though. Like, one of the weakest teams in the competition, you're up 2-0 against them, somehow lose 3-0 and get knocked out before the quarter-final stage. That would be classic. I love seeing Phil Foden start. As we saw from the derby and the poor performance there, Foden needs to start every single important game. Gladbach for the win. Daniel, you better be bloody wrong. Foden gives away a foul there, I think. No, he doesn't. Fair enough. What, everyone in the chat right now, I want to know who you think is going to win the Champions League. City are favourites, followed by Bayern Munich, followed by PSG. I actually think that Bayern Munich are going to win the Champions League, and quite comfortably as well. I just see them being too much for everyone else. I still don't know. I'm still not fully convinced by PSG either. To be honest, I'm still not convinced that they're good enough as a team. Watching them draw against Barcelona, they weren't that impressive. That's just my thoughts, though. I just really don't. I don't know what it is. I just don't. Until City win it for the first time, until City win it for the first time, I'll never be confident that they'll win it. Lovely play by Walker. Sorry, by De Bruyne into Walker. Switches it now to Cancelo. Gundogan picks it back up. Cancelo with the lovely switch to Phil Foden. Oh, great shot. Sorry, great pass by Cancelo. Foden forced the save. It was a really tricky effort from Foden, but really he hangs his head because he probably should have scored. What a ball by Cancelo, though. Football should be able to do as Rabona. Could. Atletico's gonna win. That's a very interesting shout. I think Chelsea are gonna win tomorrow, you know, and we'll be streaming the Chelsea game tomorrow as well, by the way. Bad ball by Cancelo there. But I do think that Chelsea are gonna just about hold out. But they might win La Liga, mightn't they? In fact, shall we look at the La Liga table? You'll know more about it than me, Matthew. La Liga table. So they've played the same amounts of games as Real and Barca. They are 6 ahead of Real and 4 ahead of Barca. So anything can still happen in that league. Very interesting. There's 20 teams, yeah. So there's 11 games still to be played. It's all to play for in La Liga. Good to see. Good to see that. But yeah, so both Daniel and Matthew think Atletico are going to win. Michael, who do you think is going to win? I can't imagine you wanting Atletico to win being a Barcelona fan. I mean, I don't feel sorry for them because when they played Real Madrid in the final, I did want Atletico to lose because I really hate the way they play. You've got to admire the shithousery sometimes, but when it's just like amped up to the levels that they take it to, I just can't get behind it personally. That's just me. City can lose. Do you think City can lose today or just generally? Because I don't think they're going to win the whole thing. Shot comes in. It was always going wide, I think. Edison just made sure. Yeah, I think they will lose eventually. It just depends what stage it's going to be at. Actually, it might have been going in. Really good save by Edison. Good save. I'd rather City get knocked out earlier than reach the final and get knocked out. I don't know if my heart could take that, to be honest. What do you mean we're going to win it? You just said Atletico are going to win it. Or did you just mean for the win? I tell you what though, I guarantee if City draw Liverpool, I guarantee they beat City. That's a foul, surely. Oh, fuck off, that's a foul on De Bruyne. I guarantee Liverpool beat City because it would be just like them to be awful all season, you know, and then just like have absolute class games against City in the Champions League. Guarantee that. I thought you said Atletico were going to win, Daniel. Oh, sorry. You mean in La Liga? I understand. Oh, sorry, Chelsea. Yeah, I gotcha. I mean, it'll be interesting. That's why I'm going to stream it tomorrow, because that game is far from over. Anything can happen. It's really interesting watching the way Atletico play. I do think they need to come out more, though. That's just me. It's always good to see Suarez as well. Cancelo's just on the ball now. City's just chilling. A bit of early action from City, and they've sort of Gladbach have settled a bit more after that early effort. De Bruyne running through the middle, lovely play. Foden's in support. De Bruyne tries to find him, not quite. And it looks like there's going to be a lot of fluidity in the centre forward role because De Bruyne did start at striker. But it looks like that's being interchanged between Foden and De Bruyne now, and that's the beauty of that position, is that the two of them can just, like, you know, switch it up. I'm sure Mahrez will float in there as well, and that's also going to allow Gundogan to get in behind, because when you don't have a focal point, it makes it much easier for Gundogan to get in and attack. The other thing is going to win the Europa League. There's a lot of favourites. Yeah, I personally, I'd like to see Arsenal win it, to be honest, because I think it'll be really good for them to get back into the Champions League. But I do think that the winner's going to be one of United or AC Milan. I think whoever wins that tie wins the Europa League. Although but you know, don't count out Roma. There's a lot of strong teams, like Rangers as well. You never know. There's a lot of strong teams still in that competition. De Bruyne trying to find Mahrez. Goalkeeper read that. Fair play. Yeah, what are your thoughts though, Matthew? And that's the thing, it depends on the draw. It depends how the draw goes. If Arsenal get a nice run to the final, anything can happen. Whereas if they play one of United or Milan in the next rounds, then it might end a bit sooner, mightn't it? We'll have to see. Also, okay, here's a question for you guys. Which do you think is more impressive to win? Not like maybe not necessarily harder to win, but like, you know, in terms of like if you had to like rank achievements, the Premier League or the Champions League. I think it's the Premier League. I think the Premier League's is a better achievement, and let me tell you why I think that. Because even though I know like the quote holy grail for players, here's Mahrez in the box, finds Rodri. Now Mahrez, not a good touch. Oh, actually, never mind, it's a lovely touch by Mahrez. Here's De Bruyne outside the box. What a fucking goal! Outside the box, weak foot, smashed it into the top left corner. What a bloody strike. That was ridiculous. What a ridiculous goal by De Bruyne. Best midfielder in the world. I don't want to hear shit. What play. Mahrez did initially he really got out of danger there. He didn't even take a touch, he just whacked it and it hits the underside of the crossbar outside the box with his left foot, his so-called weaker foot. Goalkeeper had no chance. And he smashes it into the top left corner. That is an unbelievable goal, and that is 3-0 on aggregate to Manchester City, 1-0 on the night. What a goal. That's outrageous. Rangers are underdogs. You reckon Scottish League, they're in class. I think Arsenal wins, perform differently in Europe. Hey, Edge, how you doing, mate? Yeah, that was an outrageous goal, wasn't it? Outside the box with his weaker foot. Ridiculous goal. I love it when De Bruyne lines up those shots. How you doing, Edgener? How you doing, mate? Yeah, I'd love to see Rangers do well in the competition. But yeah, as I was saying, which guys do you think is like the quote better achievement, winning the Champions League or winning the, you know, like the Premier League? Because for me, I don't know why I'm doing that. I'll do that. And my nana's just texted me. I just texted back. Got to text your nanas, guys. What a strike, I'll tell her. Yeah, boy. But yeah, I really think that the Premier League is like the better achievement, because what's harder to do, or you know, like what's like I say, seems more impressive, because yes, I understand that like for a lot of players, Gladbach are in the box here, you know, John Stones has some defence to do, Foden clears it away. Yeah, because I understand that like players see it as like, you know, the quote holy grail thing to get, but I'd argue that it's a lot harder to win a competition over 38 games, a 38 game season, to be consistent throughout 38 games, rather than win a knockout competition where literally anything can happen and not necessarily the best team wins. There are so many occasions where in the Champions League you'd say that the best, you know, like the best footballing team hasn't won, and that's because over the course of 90 minutes, or you know, over two legs, 280 minutes, anything can happen. So that's why I think that whereas in the Premier League, the best team wins it every single year by definition, because only the best team can be the most consistent over 38 games. By definition, they're the best team. So that's why I really think that the Premier League should be, in my view, that's the thing for me. If you could have the Gladbach with a shot, not quite. If you could say to me, would you rather City win the Premier League or Champions League? I'd say Premier League every single time. Prem's better, yeah. Edgener doing well. Are your cousins? Don't worry about it, mate. Thank you for checking in. I hope you have a good rest of your night. I hope that's COVID compliant as well, being at your cousin's, Edgener. I hope you are staying safe. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. But yeah, what a goal that was from De Bruyne. And it'll be good to see De Bruyne come back, because he was obviously injured for a bit of the season. So he seems to... I mean, so far he's been playing brilliantly. De Bruyne with a lovely little switch into Phil Foden. Gundogan running off him. Foden trying to sail into the box, not quite. Cancelo Wanted to find the run of Mahrez, but he couldn't get in on it. De Bruyne, hey Ultimate Gamer, how you doing? City already winning 1-0, 3-0 on aggregate. Brilliant goal from De Bruyne. Outside the box, left foot, set up beautifully by Mahrez. Didn't even take a touch to set himself up because the pass to him by Mahrez was so brilliant. Yeah, and now Foden's in the centre-forward position. Bernardo was there before, and this is going to be the issue for the Gladbach defence, is that you can't really pick out any focal point because you've no idea who the striker's going to be. Bernardo fouled by Gladbach. But yeah, I mean, Gladbach needs to do something pretty drastic. I don't see them doing that. I don't even know if they'll score 1 goal, to be honest. I think it's going to be 2-0. Like I say, Pep wasn't messing around. He picked his best back four for this game. Because I do think Cancelo left back is better than Zinchenko and Cancelo right back. Because I do think having Walker on the right is really important. And Cancelo basically plays in midfield whenever City are on the ball. Like right now, he's just playing on the left of the defensive mid role. It's so bizarre. I love the way that City play. I love Pep's tactics. Oh, John Stones with a heavy touch, gets away with it. Lovely pick up by Foden, who turns away, and now he's running at the Gladbach defence. And there's 3-on-3 here. Lovely ball by Foden. Gundogan should score. What a goal. One unbelievably outrageous counter-attack from Manchester City. Getting out, not even a counter-attack, just getting out of the press. Getting out of the Gladbach press. Stones was in danger. He played a quick ball to Foden, took it brilliantly on the turn. We're just seeing it again. Foden on the turn, runs away from the Gladbach midfield. They try to take him out. He wasn't having any of it. Gundogan, brilliant run into the onside. He's well onside. Perfect ball by Foden. And Gundogan with a brilliant finish just below the goalkeeper. Brilliant City goal. Brilliant. That's outrageous. That's so good, right? That's 4-0 on aggregate, and I don't want to call it early, but I think that's all but confirmed. Manchester City are going through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I think we can probably all safely agree on that. Why I feel like being a City fan is... Sorry, what's that? Sorry. Yeah, Michael, you're right. It's 2-0. Gundogan with an absolutely ridiculous... You said 2-1. Hey, it could happen. Well, I said 2-0, so the game has to win now for my prediction too, right? You never know, Michael. It could happen. Never know. Although I don't see Gladbach scoring, to be fair. They're not very good. What are you saying, Matthew, here? Why do I feel like being a City fan, there are those people like, oh, I've seen no Champions League. It happens with me. Is 8th place better? I've seen no Champions League. Yeah, I mean, I've discussed the Oil FC comments like in massive detail on a TikTok live recently. If you guys want more football content, by the way, my TikTok is definitely the place to be. In addition to doing 3 daily uploads, I also do lives. In fact, we'll be going live on TikTok after this game, just to have a general football Q&A. Yeah, we talked at length the other night on... I meant what? What's that, Matthew? Sorry? Oh, sorry, what does it feel like? Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Matthew, ultimately, I don't care what those. I mean, we'll talk about why those comments are misguided and potentially probably xenophobic / racist in a second. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I actually don't care what anyone thinks about City. I care what I care about City. It's all born out of jealousy at the end of the day. They don't like the fact that City are doing well, and I tell you what, that is a brilliant feeling, because you don't want to be liked as a club. If you are liked as a club, then you're doing something wrong. Hey Gasky, how you doing? Nobblers. maybe that should be the nickname for my followers, not the Nabinios, the Nobblers. But yeah, so in the main, I don't really care if people say like, oh, Oil FC, because like I say, all I care about is City doing well on the pitch. Hey, we've got someone new, we've got Nitrogen CMD. Hi Nitrogen, how are you doing today, my guy? Whereabouts in the world are you from? What football team do you support? And what's your shoe size? Let me know. Get involved in the chat. How was your day at work though, Gasky? What have you been up to today? As we just say hi to Nitrogen as well. Sorry, Matthew, I'm taking ages to answer your question. So, like I say, in the main, I don't care. But the people who do say that, like I say, it is a little bit suspect. The fact that you only have it because again, if someone says oil money to me, yes, hi Nitrogen, how you doing? Not about. Are you in? Oh yeah, you said you were in the office. Yeah. How's it like in the office? Is it like dead? Is it dead in the office? Yeah, Nitrogen, like I say, let me know whereabouts in the world you're from, what club you support. But yeah, so when someone says Oil FC to me, again, like I said, I don't care, but it's like, why do you only have an issue with? So you've got an issue with like this particular billionaire because of the source of his money, but you don't have an issue with all the other white billionaires. Like, it's a little bit suspect, and the fact that like you always see comments saying like, oh, you know, dirty Arab money, dirty sheikh money, dirty oil money, and it's like, it just seems like really suspect to me. Like I say, I don't want to accuse anyone of anything because it's a serious allegation, but it's literally bordering on the xenophobic at that point. That's my thoughts. I mean, at the end of the day, whether you get your money from oil or you get your money from being a venture capitalist, why do you care so much about that? And again, it's just another stick to beat City with for me. Pissing me off now though, because Arsenal used to be giants, but all these football fans just started watching it being like, not Big Six or Banter FC. No, well, I mean, I'm releasing not releasing, but I've recently completed my script for my YouTube video about what defines the size of a big club. So we'll be doing a YouTube video that at some point. I don't think you can argue Arsenal aren't the third biggest club in England. Like they haven't been bad for that long. It would have to be another few decades for them to like a good number of years, or like really falling off the mark to be considered not in the actual Big Six clubs. I guess the jealousy too, because if their team had that money and ability to buy players in the world, yeah, exactly. It's all about, and that's ultimately at the end of the day why the healthiest mentality to have as City fans is to just go, yeah, I don't care. You can say that if you want, but guess what? City win the Premier League, and interestingly, now it's come to, we don't care that City win the Premier League. How does that make you feel that no one cares? I don't care if you care or not. I care that I care. It's this really weird sort of thing of not. It's like they don't want to give any credit or credence to City. And again, I don't care if you don't want to care. I care because City are the club that I love and the club that I support when they were shit, and now they're the club that I support now that they're good. That's sort of how it works. And as you say, Gasky, you're absolutely right. I'm sure that. Let's say, for example, I'm not saying it's just United fans, but let's just use it as an argument. I'm sure that United fans weren't. I'm sure that like United fans weren't having to go at like United spending a lot of money when they were spending lots of money in like the late 90s, early noughties or whatever. They would have just been going, yeah, great, like we're champions who want to win. That's how it works. It's football. Football's always been about money since the late 19th century. It just seems to be in the public eye more, I think. It's obvious for people because it says Big Six and they are the third biggest teams that are in it. I wish we had City owners like we had with Zaha and a lot more quality players. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the other thing. Like, people have a go at City's owners because he's rich from oil, and it's like you want people, and those people like they won't admit it openly, but they wish that they had City's owners. Like, let's be real, not only in terms of backing the club, but also like the brilliant stuff they've done in terms of like rebuilding the dilapidated areas around Manchester, the stuff they've done for the women's game, all the investment there. Like, City are basically leading the women's, well, not leading because I think Arsenal ladies are, but you know what I mean, like they've really contributed to the women's game as well, which is important. The academy as well for young English players, it's really important. And yeah, Kroenke definitely could. Chelsea ladies, that's fair. I thought it was Arsenal ladies. It was Arsenal ladies for a long time though, wasn't it? Look at the organisation they've built and how they have teams across the world. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's lovely ball in by Mahrez into Gundogan. Oh, if he just hit that first time, that would have been 3. Yeah, it's the whole, because again, this is people's misunderstanding. They don't understand commerce, business, etc. Like City's business model is basically perfect, I'd suggest, and it's the fact that how quickly they've been able to do that, because creating a profitable business obviously isn't just as easy as throwing money at it. You need to have commercial awareness, and you need to be able to actually implement your ideas. And the fact that City went from, making record losses because there was lack of investment, they need to invest loads. FFP came in and was like, okay, now we need to start making money. The quick turnaround was absolutely ridiculous. And again, you don't solve that by just buying stuff. You've got to actually think about it and implement the systems. So it's a really well run club, obviously. Yeah. Like the good thing for me is that I have a counter for everyone's argument, because I know everyone's points, so I know I have an answer to everything, because I'm a smarmy bastard like that. When people say oil, it's fine for some of the Saudi Arabian teams, isn't racist. I know, they have Rich Jonas. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's just like, I just don't understand. What's your issue with it being oil money? Like, why does that make the money any less real? Money is money, surely. Who cares? Who cares if it comes from oil wealth, or if it comes from, Mike Ashley doing Sports Direct, or if it comes from the Glazers and venture capitalism, or if it comes from Roman Abramovich and his I don't actually know what he did. His may have been oil as well. I don't actually know that. Or if it comes from Kroenke. I don't even know what Kroenke does, to be fair, as his job, how he got rich. But yeah, it's just really weird. Like I say, money's money at the end of the day. It's just these little petty arguments that people want to have to try to degrade other people's successes. And what it does, and if it's not challenged, because if people aren't armed with the facts, it just goes in an endless cycle of, oh yeah, it's said all the time, it must be true. It's like, well, it's not. Right, here's Bernardo. So, I think you know, Matthew, don't you? This is just like an example, because it keeps popping up on my TikTok. Arsenal were relegated in 1913. And I just said that on a video, and I get so many comments from so many people just like saying Arsenal were never relegated. And it's a well-known fact, Arsenal never relegated. And it's like, no, they have been relegated. There's nothing wrong with it, but it is a fact. Hey, Matthew, West Ham Matthew, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I'm doing good. As you can see, we are sky blue, because City now winning 4-0 on aggregate. Yeah, man. Unification. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, weird. We'll also be streaming the Chelsea game tomorrow. Again, I think I put it in the Discord, but I'll just say it again. We're also streaming the Chelsea Atletico game tomorrow. In terms of the first goal, Matthew, I don't know if you're watching the game, but it was an absolute ridiculous rocket from De Bruyne's left foot outside the box. And then the second goal was a lovely little breakaway from Gladbach's press, Foden on the turn, finding Gundogan, lovely dink under the goalkeeper. How's your day been, Matthew? What have you been up to? Have you learnt anything good? Yeah, City are basically in absolute control of this game. You're watching the game, good stuff. Yeah, City just in absolute control. They've had 69% of the ball. Gladbach haven't offered anything really. I don't see them even scoring 1 goal. Never mind 4. So yeah, I mean, City's press is just ridiculous at this point. And Gladbach lose the ball. And I guess that is the issue when City are this good at this level. It's really hard. Oh, brilliant stuff, Matthew. Interview at Home Bargains. Excellent. I mean, Home Bargains is one of my favourite shops ever. That's brilliant stuff. Well done, mate. Well done. Is that like a... Because you're still in education, aren't you? So is that a sort of part-time job or a weekend job? That's really good news, mate. Especially in COVID times, it's really hard to get a job. So you've done brilliant. What sort of role is it, if you don't mind me asking? I'm sure you'll get the job as well, by the way. I know I'm acting like you've already got it. I'm sure you'll get it. They can't say no to you. You're a Nabinio. Nabinos are different tier humans. Are you not in college? Oh, sorry, I thought you were still in education. Excellent stuff. Store team, really good stuff, mate. Well, please let me know how it goes. Maybe pop it in the Discord or like whenever it happens. But yeah, really good stuff, mate. I'm really happy for you. How long have you been looking for a job? Because obviously, like I say, it's really hard to find one in the current economic climate. Gladbach are dangerous here, through the middle, left-hand side, Walker's having to come up. In the box, shots on, Edison's forced to save it, but it's an easy save in the end. Gladbach do threaten a little bit on the counter, but really, it was never really threatening Edison. I think the person you've got isn't English. Oh, really? Oh. Well, I'm sure they'll be fluent in English. I'm sure. And if you don't understand them, that's not your fault. You got sacked in 2019. Why? What happened, mate? If you don't mind me asking, we just let go because of like I don't know why. 2019 is ages ago. Goodness me. Gosh, I was pre-COVID as well. Flipping heck. Memories. Okay. City building out from the back again. Gladbach trying to deploy press, but Ruben Diaz ain't going to get fooled by that. They all seem to be pressing really when it gets to the midfielders. But I think City right now are just playing too well for them. Even when Gladbach do have the ball, they can't do anything with it. Not good at cleaning. That's right. Hey, you know what your strengths are. So what sort of stuff would you be doing at Home Bargains? Would you be like, would you be doing like physical stuff? Would you be like, because you said store team, does that mean like moving products, or does that mean like buying products in? Oh yes, excellent. If you can keep me updated with the Real Madrid game, that'd be brilliant. Oh right, so Real Madrid 2-0 up in aggregate, I think. Yeah, well, I think Real Madrid are definitely going to win that, aren't they? De Bruyne's got a free kick here. The wall is being assembled. Hey Damo, how you doing, mate? What's the weather like in Australia? Are we raining today, Damo, or are we good? So no, in recent weeks it's been raining when you've been walking to the bus. It's cold and still raining. What are the months when it doesn't rain? Because normally Australia's associated with being hot, isn't it? So what are sort of like the peak hot months? 30 meters from goal. It's not absolutely outside of this world, but I mean, it's quite far out. But De Bruyne looks like he wants to take it on. Surely not. This would be an outrageous strike. Takes a shot, Kevin. It was well hit. It was swerving. Sommer forced to palm it away. I think it was more the swerve and the dip that was putting the goalkeeper off. I think you needed a bit more power. Yeah, it's just straight. It needed. Hey, wow! Thank you for liking the stream. It just needed a bit more swerve at the end. I think it was hit too much at him. Hot seasons of summer, so December, January, Feb. Of course, that's interesting because the Australian summer's the reverse of the northern hemisphere summer, isn't it? December, Jan, Feb. So well, oh yes, it's not gonna be hot for a while then. It's not gonna be hot for a hot minute, you might say. I mean, didn't 2020, the year of where it all kicked off? That sort of started in Australia, didn't it, with all those wildfires, and then it all sort of started to descend into mentalness from there. They were really bad, those fires as well, like really bad. Mahrez keeps it in, brilliant stuff. Mahrez, and he's played out though. Are you dealing with customers? Excellent stuff, Matthew. Do you have a good? Are you good at dealing with customers? Do you have a good what's it called? Interpersonal communication skills? Is that your strength? Stacking up shelves is really boring. It might be boring, but I tell you what, it's a really important job. It's a really important job. I'm sure the beauty of that sort of role is that if you prove yourself, you know, you might get promoted and stuff eventually. You know, it's like I say, it's a job that's got to be done. I'm sure you'll blow them away at the interview, Matthew. You talk too much. No, that's good. That's good. No, in that sort of industry, there's no such thing as talking too much. Because it means you'll be easy. So when a customer, because you'll be stacking shelves, and inevitably a customer will come up to you asking, you know, where are the toothbrushes or whatever, and you'll be like, oh yeah, they're just over there, and you'll be friendly, and that's what people will like. So yeah, I think you'll be really good at that. Goes back to the Gladbach goalkeeper. The referee wearing a very nice pink today, very nice pink shirt and pink socks. Cancelo getting it out, good stuff. You got complaints? Oh my god. What for? I thought you said you were a cleaner. Why did you get complaints? If you don't mind me asking. Was it for talking too much? People complain because, oh my god. They were probably just boring people though, who were like, didn't want a conversation. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with having a nice chat. Yeah, like I say, they were just probably just boring. Bad ball by Rodri. It's going to be a Gladbach throw. And as we see tomorrow, it's going to be Chelsea against Atletico Madrid. And Bayern Munich are already through. Let's be real. Keep your point clear and staff when the patient's complaints. Oh my god. That's quite funny. Well, I guess to be fair, maybe like you with them all the time. I don't know. But it sounds like stacking shelves, for example, is more of a sort of individual job, isn't it? So I think you'll be fine. Oh, lovely play by Gundogan. Great back heel. Bernardo can't quite find Foden. That would have been too much. The City side are so good to watch sometimes when they're in their when they're playing their best. And this isn't even the best City team I've seen. Best one for me was the Centurions season with Leroy Sané on that left wing. That was just outrageous. Best football I've ever seen. Matthew, to be fair, you probably shouldn't be talking all the time about football at work. That's really funny. Hey, you're passionate about football. You can't help your passions. But they liked football. Oh, well, clearly they didn't like it enough. Stones got some defending. Oh, I thought Gladbach had scored then. Mbolo probably should have scored that. Flash across goal, and City need to be careful because, again, this game doesn't really matter at this point, but in a future game that will matter, and a better player puts that in the back of the net. Stones, I mean, to be fair, if it was on target, it probably would have hit Stones on the block. The fact is, it was off target, so I think probably good defending by Stones. Gladbach now deploying a high press, fair play. I like the aggression, but it's a very, I mean they have to do it because they're 4-0 down, but it's a very dangerous game to play because you are liable to just have your press broken and then wrecked. Also talking about soaps like Coronation Street and Holyoke soap pop music. Well, like I said, they, in their heads, they probably didn't even... They were probably boring, not nice people who couldn't be bothered having a chat, and they probably just wanted to put their heads down and just get home. De Bruyne tries to find Foden, not quite. Bernardo on the edge of the box, De Bruyne again. Kevin De Bruyne with a switch, nah, not quite. Good attempt from De Bruyne, but not quite. This game is all over. Yeah, exactly. Oh, no worries, Matthew. Oh, what are you streaming before you go? Let me know what you're streaming. Oh, sorry, I thought you said I'm gonna go stream now. Yes, Matthew, have a good night. Whatever it is you're doing, mate, have a lovely night. We'll be back tomorrow for the Chelsea game if you're interested. But yeah, Matthew, this game is basically over. It's 4-0 on aggregate. There's no way City are conceding for... I don't even know if they'll concede once. Yeah. Absolutely outrageous. I can't believe that outrageous goal. They started at the same time as you. Well, like I say, maybe they were just... Yeah, sorry, I was talking... No, sorry, West Ham Matthew. I was talking to Arsenal Matthew. So you both called Matthew. It's very tricky. Yeah, I meant Arsenal Matthew. That's the only way I can differentiate the two of you when you're both in the chat. Hey, Scott. Scott's Kit Prop, thank you for liking the stream. Phone's fouled there, surely. Yeah, there we go. Holding his nose, hopefully he's alright. Yeah, he's fine. I swear, if Foden doesn't start every single game for England at the Euros, I'm gonna kick off. Like, I'm literally going to riot. Those two came before you said it. Well, yeah, because Matthew said I have to go off stream now. Because Arsenal Matthew said I have to go with... what am I saying? Yeah, it's, I misread Arsenal Matthew's things. I thought he was saying I'm going to go off and stream. That's why I got confused. How do you like the stream? What do you mean, Matthew? Like you mean this game? Or... I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry, Matthew, I misunderstand you. I mean, we're nearly at half-time. As we've already said, this game is done. Cancelo wants it. Mahrez. Can he find a Zhao? Not quite. Bernardo. Walker. Bernardo again. Finding De Bruyne. Oh, sorry. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so that's a Facebook thing, Matthew. But thank you for offering to like it. It's because on Facebook, you know, you can like posts. You know, so if like someone does a post, you can like it or whatever. It's the same thing. You can't do that on Twitch. It's only on Facebook. It's good because you get to see my little bear animation. And Daniel gave us another Facebook tip earlier, which was really lovely. I don't know if you're still there, Daniel, but thank you. Like I'm saying, Matthew, you've got to go into you can only do it on Facebook. So we're also streaming on LNobbins to Facebook. How much added time are we having for this first half? Oh, no. Wow. No extra time. Brilliant. There you go. Absolutely dominated by City, as we know. Yes. Yes, so we're also streaming on Facebook and YouTube as well. But yeah, I mean, really, this game's... Yeah, so streaming all at the same time. Yeah, so, I mean, this game is done, which is very good. 4-0. I'd like to see maybe Aguero come on. Again, I still don't know if he's fully fit. He probably is, but I still want him to come on, get a few more minutes under his belt. I'm having a look at the bench here. Because like I said, the game's done. I don't think there's any youngsters on the bench. I'd like to see Ake come on. I'd like to see Ake come on and actually get some game time because he has been injured for a long time. Thank you, Matthew. It's just LNobbins on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook as well if you want. But yeah, brilliant performance from De Bruyne and Foden so far. I mean, that midfield four actually, Gundogan, Foden, De Bruyne and Mahrez have all been excellent, haven't they? Bernardo Silva hasn't really done much, but that's fine, I think. Rodri's been steady. Defence hasn't had much to do. Edison's had to make a couple saves, but they were saves you'd expect him to make. And Gladbach haven't really threatened, apart from that one Embolo chance. And even then, had it been on target, John Stones would have got the block off. So I think that's all good. What I'm going to do is... Hey! Matthew, thank you for becoming a Facebook Nabinho. That's much appreciated. But yeah, what am I saying? I'm saying something. Oh yeah, I just want to have a look at the... And thank you for liking the stream. Cheers, Matthew. I really appreciate that. It does help. I think it helps the analytics or something. Like, you know, when you like a YouTube video, it really helps out me in terms of like meaning that other people are more likely to see it type thing. Oh, speaking of YouTube, did you see my most recent YouTube video, Matthew? I uploaded it yesterday. It was a Mother's Day special, ranking pop culture mothers, obviously. Just having a look at who is going to be in the Champions League draw on Friday, and I'm going to be streaming a TikTok live for that, reacting to that. So we've got Juventus. We've got Porto. No, we don't have Juventus. We've got Porto, Dortmund, PSG, Liverpool, probably Real Madrid, most definitely City, almost definitely Bayern, and then probably Chelsea, but you never know with Atletico. You haven't watched any of my videos on YouTube, Matthew. That's outrageous behaviour. You need to get watching. They're hilarious. I think they are anyway. That's a madness. You are missing out. Not gonna lie. In terms of the draw, I'd love it if City got Porto because I hate Porto, as we all know. Apart from that, there aren't any quote weak teams left. There aren't any. What were you wrong about, Matthew? Why? What's happening with the draw? You know what's on your... Oh, don't worry about it, mate. I thought I told you. I thought I plugged it enough. There you go. Nabinho bot thought. If you want to subscribe, feel free to do so, mate. Get happy. And like I say, you also get to watch my ridiculous YouTube videos. But yeah, yesterday we uploaded a Mother's Day tier list. Because why not? Literally, why not? Yeah. Oh, right, Juventus, Real Madrid. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that ain't happening. Thank you, Matthew. That's much appreciated. I mean, I do have some football videos on there, but they aren't like, you know, analysis. They aren't like, you know, like my Twitch streams. It's mainly comedy stuff or just general entertainment stuff, rather than being like football specific. There are a couple football videos on there, but like I say, it's not necessarily about, you know, talking about football. It's talking about attractive players or best managers to go on a date with, for example. Yes, I mean, we've been doing that forever. Not forever, Matthew. Not forever, but for ages. We've been streaming to Facebook for as long as we've been streaming to YouTube. And vice and yeah, a while. I don't know how long, but it's been a while. I think since the start of this year, basically. I think. I know it's before. No, actually, it was before Black Friday. Is when we started doing that. And it's good because it means I can reach people who I wouldn't normally reach. Oh, and it's the FA Cup quarter-final on Saturday. Everton versus Manchester City. We are definitely streaming that. I'd say that right now. I'm just going to listen to the punditry. I tell you that right now, we are definitely streaming that. That's going to be a hype game. I'm really concerned about that game. I really do think Everton are going to win that. Especially because it's at Everton. And Everton are going to probably want it more than City because they need a trophy more. Obviously, I really want City to win and hope they do. But I can just see them winning that. The FA Cup is banned. What do you mean it's banned? I don't know what that means, Matthew. Oh. Brilliant. Oh my god. Who knocked West Ham out? Again, I feel like that should be a competition that clubs like West Ham and Everton should be doing the absolute utmost to win. Yeah, you are being a meme lord. I love meme lords. We're just in the strike again from De Bruyne. It's just ridiculous. What a strike. Ridiculous goal. Oh, United knocked them out. I don't even remember that, to be honest. Man United have a tricky game. I think they go away against Leicester. So that's going to be really tricky for them if that's the case. Let's have a look. In fact, it's really good from an interest perspective because I mean Chelsea basically got a bye, but it'll be nice to see one of Bournemouth or Southampton are guaranteed to get into the semis. But I expect it to be Southampton, Chelsea. I think Man United will win and Everton, to be honest. Someone needs to follow you. What do you mean, Matthew? Someone needs to follow me. Why? Why do you want someone to follow me? I'm just watching the Gundogan goal again. Absolutely ridiculous stuff. Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, I agree. I much prefer an even number. Yeah, the next milestone is 250. I like even numbers. Yeah. I mean, we're doing really good on TikTok right now. Like that's the thing that's really. Your friend's fussy with followers. Hosie fell. Thank you for joining us. You're saying Mahrez. Mahrez did play well in that first half. He did play well. Oh goodness me. But yeah, what do you mean Matthew by fussy with his followers? Like in terms of who he lets on, or like what numbers? Like what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh. What you wanna say no? What do you mean? He likes to have even numbers instead of odd, and he hates 13. I mean, yeah, it's like when when you put the volume up on the you put the volume up on what's it? What am I saying? The volume up on the TV, I've always got to have it on an even number or ending in a 5. just because otherwise my brain's like, no, I can't handle this. It has to be even or a 5. Because they're just nicer numbers, aren't they? Let's be honest. Anyone who doesn't like that is a psychopath, to be honest. To be honest. These are the facts. Dem's the rules, dem's the facts. Facts only. Really? Oh, nah. I've got to have it on, like I say, either an even number or ending in a 5. Because I'm just like, it's annoying me. I don't have OCD, but I've got like a sort of... Like I say, it's not OCD, but I do like things to be in order like that. Juan, thank you for following the stream. Juan de Vilma Sebastian Woodoo Click. That's an amazing name. Good lord, what a name that is. That is fabulous. Fabulous. Oh, I got a new kit today, Matthew. Do you want to see it? Let's go get it. So one of the things I've got is this thing. Oh, this is called a gimbal. The idea is that you can put your camera on there and it can rotate in all different areas and all that stuff, and it can, you know, you can do lots of fun stuff with that, so that's good. So that I'll probably be using that to make some fun panning shots on YouTube. In terms of a streaming thing, this actually arrived today. Finally, I ordered it ages ago. It's my Elgato Stream Deck XL. And the idea is that you can press buttons and make fun stuff happen. So yeah, that's hype. Is any of it necessary? Definitely not. Do I care? No, I wanted it, so I bought it. Night School on Film 4. What's Night School? I'm guessing it's a film. What's it about? I've got some biscuits. I'm gonna have a biscuit. I mean, it says they're cookies, but this advertises itself as cookies, but let's be real, this is a biscuit, right? Do you agree? Well, that's a biscuit. Surely. That's not a cake. That's not a cake. That's not a cookie, that's a biscuit. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on, Morrisons. Up your game. Up your game, please. What? Lit as hell. Delicious. I'll tell you what else was delicious. Those 2 goals that City scored. Good lord. They're unstoppable right now. Come on, let's get the second half. Marty! How you doing, mate? What have you been up to today, Marty? Did I tell you, Marty, that the Back to the Future trilogy is my favourite trilogy ever? The reason I say it is because the main character is called Marty McFly. It's a very interesting name. I've never heard anyone called Marty before, apart from Marty McFly and yourself. Also, Marty, did you see my YouTube video uploaded yesterday? The Mother's Day special, ranking mothers from pop culture. Anyway, back. Oh, excellent, Marty. Well done. Good stuff. Yeah, a lot of people have experienced. My mum experienced a similar thing. She felt pretty run down for a couple of days. So it's totally normal. My stepdad didn't. Excuse me. My dad didn't. He felt fine. But yeah, you need the second one. But it's good that you've got the first one. You'll just be a few months away now. Do 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 Right, the players coming out for the second half. As you can see, Marty, it is 4-0 on aggregate, 2-0 on the night, 4-0 on aggregate. Kind of feels good. Well, I guess you'll sort of feel like sort of out of it, won't you? You'll be like, oh, sort of thing, like oh dozy and probably tired. It's probably best to just sort of like relax and have a nap, maybe. God, the referee's bald, isn't he? Like, there's bald and then there's bald, and he is bald. Hey, Elliot, how you doing, mate? Oh, you like the TikToks? Nice one. Thank you. I didn't realise you followed me on TikTok, Elliot. We'll actually be going live on TikTok after this game, Elliot. We'll just be chatting about this game. I'll be reading out the next chapter of my dissertation, which explores the Qatar World Cup controversy and the corruption of FIFA. And we'll just be chatting generally. Yeah, City. Yeah. I mean, Marty, Gladbach have been. I think City have just been really good, but Gladbach are basically their balls are in a vice. City are clutching Gladbach by their testicles and ensnaring it within a metallic vice and just slowly but surely crushing all of the bollocks. Don't know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, good stuff. Only Bayern Dortmund are good in Germany. Yeah, well, Leipzig as well. I think Leipzig are doing well in Germany. In fact, I think Leipzig are second, you know? I don't even know if Dortmund are doing good in the Bundesliga. Let's have a look. Bundesliga table. Yes, Dortmund are fifth. Leipzig are second. They're only 4 points behind Bayern. So, who knows? Maybe Bayern won't even win. Unlikely, but you never know. Yeah. You never do know. Leipzig obviously knocked out of the competition. Dortmund are still in it. Be interested to see what happens with Haaland this summer and the summer after. Be very interesting to see what he decides to do. Yeah, Elliot, I mean, I think that every neutral wants that to be the final. I would shit myself if that was the final. I'd shit myself if City get Bayern at all. But I tell you what, I'd rather if City gonna lose, yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I think Bayern will win the whole thing. But if City are gonna get knocked out, I'd rather City get knocked out early on. I'd rather that. Hey. Oh, Elliot, sorry, I didn't even ask. I didn't even ask which team you supported, Elliot. I apologise for that. Whereabouts in the world are you from, Elliot? If you don't mind me asking. I always like to. Because I'm guessing you found me from TikTok. So what am I saying? Gundogan with a lovely switch into Riyad Mahrez through. Can he take the shot on? He does. Goes wide of the post. Yeah, I just like to know where everyone's from, basically. Excellent stuff. Matthew, I asked you what Night School was, and I don't even know what it is. Is it a film? Is it a film? What's it about? Let me know. Let me know. But yeah, I think that Bayern will definitely win. And like I say, if City are going to get knocked out, I'd rather it happens earlier than later, because my heart could not take City losing in the final. I don't think. I think I genuinely cry. So comedy, I do like comedies. I might have a look at it. Might look into it. I genuinely, I wouldn't be able to. I don't think I'd be able to watch it if Sane scored. That would be like. I mean, I've never had an ex-girlfriend, but that would be like seeing your ex-girlfriend making out with another man after you just recently separated. I couldn't handle that. And I think I might cry if he celebrated as well. If Leroy Sané like properly celebrated, and I think he should celebrate. because he owes City nothing. I think Sane should celebrate, but if he did, I'd be so upset I'd cry. And I do hope that City fans will cheer him. I think what they will, because City fans are very good. I don't know, Matthew, to be honest. I don't need, if it's on Channel 4, then it'll be on all 4, you know, the catch-up programme, so I don't even need to. But I do hope that City fans cheer him. Like I say, City are pretty good at what's it? No, I don't think they'll win the Champions League either. I think Bayern will win it. I've always said that. Even though, but that's the thing. This is the mistake they always make. City are always made favourites, and I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't mean anything. They won't win it. Don't worry about it. De Bruyne in the box now takes a shot, and it's apparently offside or something. Okay. Oh, Elliot, like I say, thank you so much for joining us today. Don't feel obliged to, but if you'd like to, do feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. What is this? What's happening here? Do feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't necessarily do football-specific videos like I do on stream here. Although some of the videos are about football, but primarily I just do sort of entertaining, well, what I like to think are entertaining comedy, mainly like sort of like funny comedy videos. But I do also want to be doing some highbrow football analysis at some point. So, for example, I've already written a script about what defines the size of a football club. That's ready to go. Just need to record the audio and make the video for that. So yeah, that's the idea of my YouTube channel. Because and there's nothing wrong with doing this, but what a lot of people tend to do is like they do the Twitch thing, they do the YouTube whatever, and the YouTube is basically just like sort of a fan channel, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but I don't want to become a fan channel. I want my videos to just be like sort of like funny, not even funny, but sort of like a bit different. I don't know, a bit different. Thank you so much, Elliot. That's much appreciated. Just to give you a taste of what we did. So yesterday we did a tier list ranking pop culture mothers. The most recent football video we did was a Valentine's Day special on which Premier League manager we'd most want to go on a date with. Obviously Pep Guardiola topped that list, followed closely by Mikel Arteta. Mad. Funny though, isn't it? If you're able to watch them at some point, yeah, that was Elliot, Matthew. Yeah. Oh yeah, Matthew was just saying earlier we need to get you back to even numbers. So thank you, Elliot, for getting us back to even numbers. How many trophies do you think City are going to win this season, Elliot? I think they might win 2. Laura Woods. Who's Laura Woods? Let's have a look. Laura... Oh, I can't even type... Oh no! This is just fictional. It's just fictional mums. Oh, she's a Sky Sports lady, isn't she? No, so it's only fictional ones. So it's like animated characters and people from pop culture. You think the domestic treble? I'd love another domestic treble. I'd love that. You know, I had some ridiculous comment in my in one of my TikToks, like, because this guy was trying to argue that Liverpool from 2018 to 2020 was a better team than City. Go Hansma. Oh my god, I didn't do that. Oh, I didn't do Chi-Chi. Oh, that's a really good shout. I should have done Chi-Chi, Marty. Oh my god, I feel so ashamed. I don't even know where I put her because Chi-Chi annoys me, to be honest. She'd probably go in Wine Mum. Mara's with a little dink, not quite. That's a really good shout though, Marty. I'm sure maybe we can do that next year, next Mother's Day. Good interception by Cancelo. She always feeds him. You ain't wrong. Oh, Cancelo's been given a yellow. Bit high from Cancelo. She does always fit, and you're not wrong. But I don't know if she's a good mother. She's always, because we ranked it on like mothers. So, and she's always making Gohan study, not letting him do what he wants. So I don't think she's, I mean, but maybe that's good for him because she's looking out for his interests. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. This guy was trying to argue on TikTok that Liverpool from, you know, the 2 seasons across 2018 to 20, you know, like 2019, yeah, so 2018 to 2020 was better than like the City Centurions / domestic treble team, and I was just like, in what reality can you even attempt to start constructing that argument? One era won 2 trophies over 2 years. The other were record breakers, and they were the Centurions, and they won a League Cup that year. And then the next year, not only did they defend the title, they did something they'd never done before in the domestic treble. And this guy said the domestic treble isn't hard. Before City did it, it had never been done before. What do you mean it's not hard? Hello? Bizarre. Who do you think City will sign in the summer? Good question. I think it's going to Oh, Gladbach are going to score. How have they not scored that from the corner? That was ridiculous. It's a free kick, apparently. Hopefully Ruben Dias is alright. He is down. Edison's not happy with something. No, he's not offside. I don't know why there's a free kick, to be fair. Ruben Dias just seems to go down. I don't know, probably wasn't a free kick, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's going to totally depend on what happens with Haaland, because, and by that, it's also going to depend on what happens with Aguero. Because if no one goes in for Haaland, and Aguero signs an extension, then City will wait until next year to get Haaland when his release clause is up. If they decide, no, we're not going to give Aguero an extension, which is a big mistake, and maybe they do that because they're worried other clubs will go in for Haaland, then they'll try to sign him immediately. But apart from that, I'm not actually sure who City are interested in getting. They're not going to look to strengthen defence, because, as we know, they spent a lot of money on defence in recent years. They are stacked at the back right now. I don't think midfield is really an issue. Defensive midfield, certainly not. I think Fernandinho should get another year extension, because he's still so good. Left wing and the wings aren't really an issue. You got Mahrez, Ferran Torres, Foden can play there. So I honestly don't know. What's that? So you think Gladbach, Zachariah? And that's the thing. It totally depends on if players are leaving or not. If Aguero and Fernandinho leave, they'll obviously sign a striker and a defensive mid. But I really don't think they should. I understand that they're old. I understand that some sort of plan needs to be put in to properly replace them, or at least give backup. Because Rodri, in theory, is the Fernandinho replacement, but you do still need some cover there. But yeah, exactly. I don't know if you've ever been to one of our TikTok lives, Elliot, but we've done 2. So I think we've done 2 or 3, and what I've spoken about there quite frequently is about. It sounds like a silly thing to say, but City are actually relatively financially prudent. In that, obviously, they spend a lot of money, but they won't overspend on a player if they don't think he's worth it. They just won't buy him. They'll go for a different option. And then the other thing is that they won't buy for the sake of buying. They'll only buy if they think it would actually benefit the team, which is the correct decision. It's a very sensible commercial thing. As you say, City won't strengthen unless they need to. And by the way, nothing's really happening in the game at the moment. That's why I'm not talking about it. Like, City just sort of passing it around the back, Gladbach trying to press, nothing happening. So that's my thoughts on it. Who did City sign this? I mean, City obviously. Oh wait, City are in here potentially. De Bruyne, Foden's wanting the ball. De Bruyne tries to go alone. Not the right decision. Yeah, because City obviously signed like Diaz. That was the big one. They got Ake for some defensive cover. They were the main ones. And Diaz is a perfect example of this relative financial prudence from City. Ruben Diaz was City's third choice centre half. The first choice, and to be honest, I'm glad that City only got the third choice, because Koulibaly was the first choice, but he's like 30, 31. I don't personally see the point of signing him at that point. The reason City didn't was because, one, he was too expensive, but two, they didn't want to work with Napoli because of the Jorginho incident, which I think is fair enough. De Bruyne has gone down here. Oh, he's apparently whacked De Bruyne in the face. And then, what's he called? Koundé from Sevilla. Again, Sevilla were asking for like 80 million for him, I think. Yeah, De Bruyne gets a slap in the face. Yes, the City said no, we're not. Oh, and now Real Madrid are 2-0 up. Ramos has scored a penalty. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. City, like I say, City relatively financially prudent. And speaking of Fernandinho, him and Zinchenko looking to come on. Oh, Elliot, here's a fun question that you might find interesting, because I'm sure you've heard. You got muted. I wonder why that happened, Matthew. Because I didn't mute you. But yeah, 2-0 Real Madrid. Yeah, Ramos with a penalty. Yeah, I agree. As we've seen, it's paid dividends massively. I think you'll find the stat interesting. So I'm sure as a City, like De Bruyne with the free kick in, goalkeeper claims. I'm sure you'll have heard as a City fan, oh, City, or quote, City ruined football, and City spent the most amount of money in the Premier League. Or they'll specifically say, City spent more than United, etc. What they tend to do is use the last 10 years, which is a bit ridiculous. In real money terms, who do you... No, Matthew, no one did anything. There's no moderators in the chat. So I'm not sure what happened there. I have no idea. I have no idea, mate. I can't say anything. Can't see anything to suggest why you would be muted. Don't know. No idea. But yeah, anyway, Elliot, I want you to tell me who you think, in real money terms, have spent the most amount of money on players in the Premier League. Thank you so much for liking the stream, mate. Yeah, it is weird, Matthew. No idea. Like, give me your top 3 and give me the order you think they come in. No, of course, Matthew. Yeah, I wasn't saying you were accusing. Yeah, obviously just a weird issue. Twitch is weird though sometimes, isn't it? Right, Fernandinho coming off for Rodri. I love Fernandinho so much. I'm sorry, but he's only just about starting to get the recognition he deserves. He is so elite, Fernandinho. He's so ridiculous. Fernandinho's so good. And he gets the captain's armband. And it's going to be Cancelo for Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko probably should have started to give him a rest, but that's fine. Because this game is done, as we know. I mean, United spent the same money, but haven't spent as well as us. United fans say with no history. Yeah, I mean, well, the people who say that are literally just objectively wrong about the history thing. Manchester City literally became Manchester City before Manchester United. Weird. Manchester City won a cup before United. Weird. Manchester City won the league title and were then relegated the following season as top goal scorers. That's a really interesting historical fact. Manchester City are the last team to win the league title fielding an all-British team. Manchester City hold the non-Wembley record for home attendance in a club game. Weird. Manchester City's main road holds Manchester United's home attendance record. Weird. So many historical events. So, and that's just a few. That's just some that I know off the top of my head. But yeah, in terms of the stats, let me tell you the stats. Coming in at number 3. Yes, that's absolutely right, Elliot. And I will tell you the order. No, in fact, let me know what you think the order is first of all, Just take a guess. Who spent the third most, second most, first most? And I will let you know. Because I've done the stats. I've done the research. I spent literally hours looking into this. I wasted a Sunday looking into this. No, it wasn't a waste. It was interesting. Very close, but it's actually Chelsea who spent the most. But you are correct. It's Man City third, Manchester United second, Chelsea first, and it's quite close between City and United. But Chelsea have spent a lovely play by Fernandinho, gliding through midfield. He's still got so much to offer. Plays a lovely ball into Riyad Mahrez. Can he find Foden? Goes for goal instead. Not the right decision. Goes for a shot. Foden demanded it. Too greedy from Mahrez. Here's Mahrez again. Will he make the same mistake twice? Now he tries to find Foden. Mahrez should have tried to find Foden or Zinchenko there. That would have been a third goal. But there you go. But yeah, like I say, City spent the third most in Premier League history. Second is United. First is Chelsea. And Chelsea a lot. Like, Chelsea spent $1 billion more than United. It's a bit crazy how much Chelsea have spent. And there's nothing wrong with spending money. I just want to blow up the myth that United have spent less than City, because it's just wrong. And if anyone, Elliot, if anyone tries to hit you with that, direct them to me and I'll educate them. Because like I say, I've done the research. People only look at the base stats, whereas looking at it from all of 1992, they aren't taking into account inflation, they aren't taking into account football inflation, and more importantly, they aren't taking into account player wages, which is a massive misguidance. Who's been my man of the match? It's got to be Kevin, hasn't it? It's got to be Kevin. I don't know if you're watching the match, Elliot, but he scored an absolute thunderbolt of a first goal. Like, it was genuinely ridiculous. And he's just been pulling the strings in midfield, and he's just been brilliant. I think Foden's been very good as well, but I think you just got to give it to Kevin. Here's Bernardo Silva trying to run through the box, not quite. Yes, I think Kevin. I'm just having a look at the player ratings as well. Gundogan and De Bruyne are on the same player ratings, but I think De Bruyne has just been more active in this game, so I'd have to say De Bruyne. And also, again, the fact that they aren't playing with a recognised striker. How the hell did Mahrez not just find Gundogan or Foden there? If he squares it to Foden, I like Mahrez, but he is greedy. He's too greedy. That's my thoughts on Mahrez. I think he's excellent. I think he's brilliant, but he's too greedy. Maybe it doesn't matter because he's already 4-0 up in aggregate, but still. I'm sure if it was a more important point in the game, he'd have passed it, but it still annoys me. You just need to eliminate that. You just need to try to eradicate that from his game. Hey, Carl, mate, how you doing? Yeah, man, I'm doing good. We're just chilling. City winning 4-0 on aggregate. I've got some quadruple chocolate biscuits. I've got my boy Elliot in the chat. I'm just chilling. I'm chilling, me. Here's Riyad Mahrez again. Takes a shot. Again, a good save by Sommer. How you doing though, Carl? The German team are losing. Quite badly, actually. I know you don't really like football, but you're obviously German, so... Fernandinho. Oh, Zinchenko tried a little back pass, didn't quite work. Bernardo is able to recover it. Phil Foden tried to switch into Bernardo, not quite. I tell you right now, Elliot, if Foden doesn't start every single bloody game at the Euros, I'm going to kick off. Oh, tell me more, Carl. My drunk clock. Yes, I really like the idea of doing this drunk clock. And don't worry, Carl, we will definitely get back to Pokemon at some point. I'm not abandoning Pokemon. Don't you worry about it. I just don't want to be boxed off into one area. Yeah, it is mad, isn't it? Here we go. Sterling for Gundogan. Let's make that change. And how good has Gundogan been this season? He's been brilliant. So I imagine Foden will move more into midfield. Sterling there, I'd have thought. That makes sense. And Laporte is... Wait, what? I thought City had already made the changes. Are you allowed 4 changes in the Champions League? I didn't even realise that. Am I being dumb? I didn't even realise that. Okay, here we go, Carl. This will be interesting. You have to make every possible trains on a route. You can use rare kinds afterwards, so you don't have to grind like 3 hours. Okay. Okay. Well, what's the situation then, Carl? What's this, what's the idea? Oh. Foden, unbelievable feat there. Again, if he doesn't bloody start... Sorry, I don't understand what the idea is. Sorry, can you... I think I've missed it. Can you explain it again? I have to make every possible trainers on a route. I can use red can. What does that mean? Oh, sorry. No, I understand. So, if there's a mandatory, so every single trainer I have to fight. No, oh, sorry. I understand. So I have to fight every trainer. However, we ditch wild Pokemon grinding. We just use rare candies to speed up the game. I understand that. No, I understand that. I gotcha. Yeah, I understand. And maybe we can do a sort of like a group thing. Maybe we can be like, oh, you know, this trainer's now level 20. We need to get everyone up to level 20 type thing. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, because really a drunk clock. We need to be able to finish the game in one go, don't we? In case you don't know, Elliot, I also like to play Pokemon games, and we're spitballing this idea of doing a Pokemon game drunk, basically, like take a shot every single time something happens or whatever. Mate, I haven't played it properly in a while, like the game, but we did play. Don't know if you've ever heard of Storm Silver or Sacred Gold. It's basically like, you know, Carl, would you mind banning that cunt? Lie123. Would you mind? Would you mind awfully, Carl? We don't want bots on this fucking stream. If you don't mind, Carl. If not, I can just do it. Foden had the shot, not quite. Cheers, Carl. But yeah, Sacred Gold, and yeah, so it's like the 4th gen remakes. Sorry, the 2nd gen remakes, which were in the 4th generation, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. They were basically harder versions of those games, and we did a Nuzlocke of it, which is based. And a Nuzlocke, if you don't know, is basically where if your Pokemon faints, it's dead and you can never use it again, type thing. And you can only catch the first Pokemon you get in a route. And we managed to beat that game, but that was the first Pokemon we completed on this channel, and we definitely will do lots more Pokemon games, don't you guys worry about it. It's just right now in the week we're playing Monster Hunter, and on weekends we're playing Simpsons Hit and Run, and obviously whenever there's a city match or just an interesting match, we will stream that. So we're streaming the Chelsea match tomorrow, actually, Chelsea Atletico Madrid, because that's going to be interesting. But yeah, Carl, I mean, I can't wait to just maybe I should should I just do like a drunk football stream as well? It's like, it was like when it was the Champions League. No, when it was like a Euros game, when it was Portugal against Wales. I did this thing with my mate where it was like, right, you take a drink every time the commentator says Ronaldo's name, and I take a drink every time the commentator says Bale's name. Something like that. It was so funny. Here we go. Yep, Chelsea 1, Atletico Madrid 0. That's going to be really interesting to see. Do I think England could... I mean, in theory, they could. In theory, anyone can win. Oh, Aguero's coming on. Aguero's coming on, hello. I'm excited. How about edit the Pokemon game a bit? Mate, I've no idea how you do that, Carl, but I'd be well up for anything. That sounds amazing. And I've no idea how you know how to do that or how you have that technology, but yeah, if you can do something like that, that'd be sick. But yeah, there's no reason why England can't win it in theory. I don't think they will win it. I think that France are just too good. Lovely play by Fernandinho, picking up the ball. De Bruyne finds Sterling, and Sterling trips up. Oh, for God's sake, Raheem. Fernandinho is still amazing at like 35 years old. He's unbelievable. I can't get over how good Fernandinho is. But yeah, so I actually think that France will win. Or Portugal, because you think of Portugal's team: Ruben Diaz, João Cancelo, Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo. That's unbelievable. But England have such good youngsters, especially attacking youngsters. What's the saddest death in Storm? So for me, I'll never get over Crowcord's death. You know, when we were fighting Lance, that was the saddest one for me because it was so avoidable as well. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, if I could have easily just sat behind the sub, dragon danced and swept, but I was like, no, this is the champion. I don't want it to be really boring for the viewers. I want you guys to have an interesting battle. Obviously that was the incorrect decision and Croat died. It technically wasn't like important in the grand scheme of things because we still easily won the fight and we easily won the Elite Four. And we easily beat the champion. In terms of important deaths, I think that the Sabrina one and the Lieutenant Surge battles were easily the hardest. And oh yeah, how did we lose Dragonite? I can't even remember how we lost Dragonite. It was probably a crit or some bullshit. Oh no, I think that was probably Sabrina where we lost that. But yeah, I mean, there was some good memories there, man. I'm really sad that I didn't have the foresight to record the earliest streams. Because in case I don't know if you know, Carl, but I've got a second YouTube channel called LNobbins VODs. I'm not trying to do anything with it. That's literally just like a stream dump. And I only started doing it like quite late on into the lock, so a lot's you already know, excellent. But yeah, unfortunately, lots of those moments would have been missed. But we'll remember in our hearts, won't we? We'll remember memories. I'll never forget you, Crowcord. Well, I think Crowcord might be in there. I can't actually. No, I think it was just when we started Kanto. Maybe I can't exactly recall. I mean, nothing's really happening in this game, to be honest. There's 13 minutes left. City are happy. They're 4-0 up. They're chilling. I'm chilling. It's all good. We out here. But yeah, I will enjoy the next Pokemon game we play. I definitely did need a break after that. Because my original plan was, oh yeah, I'm going to do this Driano Nuzlocke, and then I'm going to do another Driano Nuzlocke straight into it. And Jesus Christ, I'm so glad I didn't do that because like that was so stressful. It was so stressful at times, especially when I lost a Pokemon I had to grind up again. Yeah, City's just chilling at the moment, to be honest. City just chilling. How have you been though, Carl, generally? What have you been up to, mate? I know you've had your first vaccine. When's your second vaccine coming along, do you know? Gladbach actually having an attack? You don't know yet, fair enough. Well, as long as it happens at some point, so you are a fully protected boy. A fully protected boy. You meet your father's dogs. Oh, brilliant. Has your dad recently got a dog then? That's sweet. There's someone coming on for Gladbach, but I honestly can't even be bothered to change the tactical board because it's irrelevant. Like they've been defeated. The big guy went crazy. Yeah, pop. Do you want to pop it in the Discord? Oh, Elliot, if you're still there, we do have a if you just want to chat more about football, like not on the streams, we have a Discord called the Nabinho Nation. If you do want to join it, we've got a football chat in there where people just chat about football and such. If you want to join it, feel free to do so. Greatest City moment ever. It's got to be the Aguero one. Like, it's not even close. It's not even close. Hey! Thank you for sharing the stream, mate. Oh, sorry, if you already joined, my bad. Oh, sharing the stream again. Thank you, mate. I do apologise, Elliot. I didn't realise. Oh, that confused me because there's two Elliots. I guess I thought the other Elliot joined. I didn't realise you joined. I apologise. Oh, sorry. Yes. Yeah, that's got to be your best moment as well, right? Surely. Like genuinely. Genuinely, that like the commentary when it's like Balotelli, Aguero, that genuinely gives me chills, and I feel like I want to cry because it brings up so much emotion in me. Like I actually like sort of like my throat actually starts to sort of like well up a little bit, or you know, whatever the term is. Yeah, it was just my uncle couldn't actually he couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle it, so he actually left the stadium. That's such a good day, man. Because all hope was lost as well. Like, I was convinced. I was like, right, nope, that's it, it's done. Even when Dzeko scored, I didn't think it could happen. Genuinely. Hi, Chris. Hope you're having a good rest of your birthday, Chris. As you can see, City are winning. Oh yeah, you sent me a picture of your steak. Let's have a look. Oh, hello. That looks really good. Oh, the delirium. Oh, my mum likes that beer, that delirium. Excellent. Those chips look nice as well. Very good stuff. Medium rare, I assume. I should hope. Bops in the chat. I was crying stoppage time because I thought, yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, there's that infamous image of that City fan crying in the thing, isn't there? And it was also the fact that it was United, but then to see the images afterwards of, you know, Fergie thinking that United had won. I bought her for Christmas a delirium set. Oh, Gladbach are going to score here, are they? No, really bad finish. Like you can get really nice glasses with the pink elephant on it. Paul likes them as well. I don't think I've ever tried it. The one with the cool glass. You got one of those in the way. Nice stuff. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Anyway. Ate so much butter. Excellent stuff. No, I was gonna say, you need to drown it in fucking butter. Drown that shit in butter, bruh. Bruh. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Yeah, exactly. Gotta have butter and or olive oil. Lovely back heel from Sterling. Don't worry at all, Elliot. Thank you so much for popping by for the first time. Much appreciated. Like I say, we will be doing a TikTok live after this for a good while. So if you have time to pop in there and say hi, feel free to. But otherwise, I will see you tomorrow for the Chelsea game. Have a lovely evening, mates. Good chatting to you. Elliot, by the way, Chris, is one of my TikTok thought followers. Wow, City. City are now second. City now second in terms of not conceding Champions League goals in history. That's ridiculous. No worries at all, Chris. Like I said, have a good rest of your birthday, mate. Oh, Foden's got that pace, man. Crosses it? Not quite. Give me a corner, I think. Hey, Raoul, thank you for liking the stream. Yeah. Can we get that trending on Twitter, please, Chris? He better be bloody available on Friday or I'm going to throw my shit. Bye, Chris. Foden with a corner in. Not quite. 4 minutes for City to keep that clean sheet. That's what we'd like to see. Mahrez with nearly a lovely turn. So I'm just singing. I just like to sing, and by sing I mean mainly hum. Right, what is happening with this guy, man? Cause you had a bad day. Right, 3 minutes left and City are confirmed into the quarterfinals. I mean, they already are confirmed. They're conceding 4 goals in 4 minutes. But you know what I mean. It's the principle. It's the thought that counts. Excuse me. Excuse me for yawning, but I needed to yawn. We're going to win 3-0 now, Matthew. Thank you for the update. Yeah, so they're confirmed. They're confirmed quarterfinals, basically, aren't they? I'm so hyped for the draw. Well, I'm hyped for the Chelsea game tomorrow, actually. That's the only game when... Oh, thank you, Matthew. Like I say, you can watch him... You can, choose to watch whichever ones you want. If I was you, I'd start from the beginning. Mahrez trying to find the goal. Not quite. My favourite one is probably... I mean, they vary in length. Some are like a minute long. You don't have to watch them in order. But it would help if you did, because sometimes I'll reference a previous video, or there'll be like an inside joke from a previous video, or there'll be a recurring character who appeared in a different video, because I like to play characters in some of them. So if I was you, I'd watch them in order. But that's up to you. Well, if you go to my channel and if you just go to the upload section and scroll all the way down, you'll be able to see like the order in which they were uploaded. There are some short ones there are some longer ones, but the first video I ever did was something like building a £2,000 PC, something like that. Like, I build a £2,000 PC and don't know anything about that. Can I message you? Yeah, sure. Like I say, if you just go to the channel thing, but I'll do it anyway. I don't have a playlist just for general uploads. Oh, Carl, thank you for offering. It's all right. I'll do it. But what I would suggest would be the easiest thing. If you just go to the general channel, go to videos, and then let me just do this. Share that. How do I? Yeah, Carl, no worries. Yeah, send me that video whenever you can. Yeah, I mean that's my first ever upload. But yeah, what I would suggest is that you just go to the YouTube, go to videos, scroll all the way down, and you'll see my videos in order of uploads. In fact, the playlist will be uploads actually. If you just go to the main channel bit, there probably should be just an upload section. That's where you can just do it from the start. Right, it's just 2 minutes of extra time here. Just get that clean sheet, that's all we want now. A very, very professional performance from Man City, I'd suggest. Did the job. Game was over. Yeah, I mean, the game was over before a ball was kicked, but... Oh, Marty, I think they'd figured, I mean, you know, they've already won the game. No use wasting any unnecessary... I don't know if there is a playlist, Matthew, but what? 10 more goals. We'll get 10 goals in 10 seconds. But I don't. Not every single video is in a playlist. Like I say, I think your best bet is to just go onto the main page. I'll show you after this match. Maris with a shot, not quite. Right, there you go. It's 2-0. It's over. Right, but yeah, real quick, I'll just show you what I mean, Matthew. So, this is the channel, yeah. Home. So what I suggest you do, just go click on videos. And scroll all the way down. And there you go. So you can start, so that's the first one, and it just goes like that. And there are the videos, and it goes there, and it goes there. It goes there, and there. I haven't been able to do too many. How many have I done? 3. That's a question. How many videos have I uploaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 24, 29, 30, 32 videos I've uploaded. But yeah, good stuff. I mean, we've also got LNobbins VODs if you wanted to, like, which is basically just like a stream dump. This is basically where I pop all my This is where I pop all the previous streams in case people are interested in watching that. But yeah, there we go, guys. Smashed it. City 4-0 winners on aggregate, 2-0 on the night. Oh goodness me. Oh, there we go. Sorted. Like I say, Matthew, the easiest thing to do is to just click, is to just do what I just told you, I think, and then maybe turn autoplay on if you're worried about that. Why is my hair so bouncy at the back today? That's really weird. But yeah, anyway, guys, City through to the quarterfinals as we expected, as we predicted. Nothing too exciting there. We basically knew it was going to happen, didn't we? Good stuff. Chelsea play Atletico Madrid tomorrow. That's a much more interesting game. And Clara, thank you for following the stream. You can do it on your phone as well, Matthew. If you if you just go on your. In fact, I'll just quickly show you. So again, here's the channel. Yeah, that's the channel. LNobbins. Click on videos, and again scroll all the way down, and there's the first video. If it focuses, there we go. And then you can just scroll up like that. It's as easy as that. But yeah. I don't know what the situation would be on Xbox because I don't watch YouTube on Xbox. To be honest, I imagine there's a similar thing. You can just click on the channel and the general uploads. But yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Matthew, for being a G. Marty, thank you for being a G as always. I hope you're doing well. Like I say, we are streaming again tomorrow. Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid, same time, 8 p.m. Oh, you sure, Matthew? God, my nose is long, isn't it? Got a weird nose, haven't I? Look at that. It's very arrow-like. Yeah, very, very straight pinpoint, just like an incline. That's like a... I don't even know what that is like. That's like a 45-degree angle nose. Jesus Christ. That's a big boy. Yeah. Like I say, 8 p.m. tomorrow, Chelsea. Very, very interesting, I think. I think Bayern Munich Lazio is going to be a piss take for Bayern. They'll just win 5-0 or some bullshit. They're already 4-1 up. Chelsea Atletico is interesting. And then Friday, I'm so hyped for the draw. That's going to be really interesting. I put my phone on iPad and my TV, just place me on Xbox and we can use no worries at all, Matthew. That sounds good. Yeah, and that's what you could do if you want. If that's easy for you, if you just so let's say you want to do that. What you could do is you could go to the channel, click all the videos, and go and you see the ellipsis thing. You can do like tap, add to watch late, save to watch later. Or you could make a playlist actually if you wanted, or like a watch later thing. Just turn on autoplay and it will play all of them in a row. So yeah, that's also an option. But yeah, anyway, guys, like I say, thank you all for joining. You guys are my Nabinios. You are my babies. I love you all very much. Not in that way, in a nice paternal way, I think. But yeah, eat, skeet, delete. We're back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Chelsea Atletico, like I say. I'm going to hop on TikTok now. We're going to do a TikTok live and just sort of like chat about. We could do sort of like a football Q&A. If you do want to join us there, my TikTok is LNobbins. If you don't have a TikTok, don't you worry about it. I'll see you tomorrow. Are you added to the queue? Excellent stuff. But yeah, until then, I've been LNobbins. Bye.